And then we'll start.
What's it like for both of these? I think it's nice to have and it's the exhibition. Yes, I think it's important. So it's about way. And, and and yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say. So I think it's also nice how to tackle this issue of justice and hunger in a very practical way, not like in these cooking sessions or like doing decisions. Vision to educate also lecturers, but researchers. Yeah, I think it is just great to have the Bible of this part of what you are doing or what you have been doing for the semesters. So yeah, thanks.
My name is Vanessa Alvarizarez. I'm a health education specialist in the nutrition program, which is called Cowfish Healthy Living at the Public Health Department. So what I do is go around nutrition sessions, food demonstrations, anything within the realm of nutrition and physical activity, trying to promote healthy living. So that's what I'm doing today. So I can't educate until I educate you. So today we're going to be talking about choosing healthy beverages. Sugary beverages are actually the most, the biggest source of sugar that Americans are getting. With these beverages, and also we're going to talk a little bit about how to calculate this sugar that we found in your drink. So I get really excited about this topic. I'm very passionate about it because, yeah, speaking of like that, but I think sugar beverages are really dangerous. So yeah, so let's get started. So the name of this presentation is called Choose Healthy Beverages, and this is a statewide campaign. So all throughout California, everybody's getting educated on this thing. My little thing was. There you go. Yeah. Okay. So today we're going to learn about how healthy beverages fit into my plate. If you all are unsure, you don't have to learn. We're going to be talking about the types of sugar. How to calculate the amount of sugar in beverages and healthy beverages in your pantry. So my plate, you'll recognize this. Yes, it's all around the schools, it's everywhere. This is based on U.S. dietary guidelines for Americans, which is basically the recommendations for the amount of food, how much food you should be eating, what kinds of, how much sodium, how much sugar. Basically, this is everything in a nutshell. So just want to highlight fruits and vegetables. I guess I need a break for it. The main point of fruits and vegetables is to eat the ring. Like many times that you can eat more nutrients for yourself, for your mom, for your family, everybody. So protein, you have animal-based protein and plant-based protein. Real quick, can you all give the list of plant-based protein? Sure. Soy, yes. So tofu, soy, bean. Sorry. Peanut butter, yes. Nut butters in general, but nuts actually. So can you all name me some nuts? Almonds, walnuts, cashews, pecans.
Oh, what was awesome.
Cashew. So yeah, basically nuts, seeds, like chia seeds, flax seeds, empires. So these are your nuts, your seeds, your legumes, which is what beans fall under, chickpeas, lentejas, right? So these are all our plant-based proteins. Now, I wanted to mention those because sometimes we don't realize that these are proteins to me. And then we have grains. The recommendation is to make that after grains, whole grains. So you don't have to have your white bread, brown rice. Oatmeal is whole grain. Corn tortillas are whole grain. And the kernels that you pop yourself, that can be considered whole grain as well. So definitely, yeah, just as long as you get those half the grains to be whole grain, because you're getting a lot of B vitamins that will give you energy. You're also getting fiber, and just generally speaking, as a population, we're low in fiber, and fiber is really important for our gut health, and to keep us fuller longer, and so our body can absorb sugars at a slower pace. And then we have dairy. So in line with we think you drink dairy, the recommendation for milk, whole milk, which is red cap, right? Then we have the blue cap, which is 2%. The recommendation from USDA is to drink 1% more fat free. So if we don't drink cow's milk, what kind of milk can we drink? Almond milk? Soy milk. Of course, we have oat milk, we have coconut milk, rice milk, right? A bunch of different milk. But we all have the main nutrients. Vitamin D and vitamin A are actually fortified, meaning added to milk, which is basically like supplementing. Not a bad thing, because generally speaking, as a population, we're kind of low in vitamin D and vitamin A. But there's one house. Yeah, for our bones and for our. So if we're not drinking house milk, then if we're going to be drinking soy milk and almond milk, we're going to be okay because those are the closest. After that, you're kind of going to be missing out. Any questions so far? Okay, so. Thank you. So the Rethink Your Dream campaign, I'm just going to say that. Educate about healthy drinks and helps people identify the amount of added sugar and calories sugar drinks and communicate slowly. Key messages. You drink water instead of sugary drinks. Sounds so fun. But if you do things like listen and water, it's a little bit easier to drink. So this is mango and jalapeno water. That's it. I didn't add any sugar, right? So it's going to be a little bit of sweet from mango, and then it's going to have a very nice kick from jalapeno, and you're going to end up wanting to drink more. That's my personal opinion. I'll wait to see what you guys say. But basically, this is just one of many options that you can do to make the water taste better so that you can end up drinking more. So we'll make the switch, like I said earlier, from fat to fat-free and low-fat milk. And then if we're going to be drinking, the best thing to do is to juice, but still in limited amounts. How are we sure that it's 100%? Yes, the key is that it says 100%. If it says it could contain 2%, right? The way that you can double check is to look at the nutrition fact label and you want to see 0 added sugar. We'll look at that right now.
What if it says concentrate or something like that?
Concentrate is just the process. So I guess I'm thinking of like similar to dehydration, where say think of a banana and they dehydrate it. So basically the banana, if you want to say it's just water and sugar. So if you dehydrate it, you're taking out the water. So what are you left with? Sugar. So it's kind of the same thing with concentrate. They kind of take out the sugar as we're left with the sugar. Not necessarily a bad thing, but that's why it's just best to consume in limited amounts. And as you can see here, children, it's 4 to 6 ounces a day, which is basically, I don't know, 4 to 6 ounces is probably around this much. So that's big, that's nothing, and a lot of times people more than that, but they are fully needed. For adults, it's only 8 ounces. Let's look up. Okay, so a little bit of talk about our health. So extra calories from added sugar, like those in sugary drinks. So this isn't across the board, right? We have a lot of people that consume a lot of sugary beverages. They're fit, you know. So it just depends. Weight is not an indicator, but it's just in general. In fact, sugary drinks are the largest added sugar in the American diet. So we're not even considering food. We're not even considering snacks. This is just beverage that we're getting the majority of our sugar. So sugary drinks contribute to an increased risk of certain chronic diseases such as type 2 diabetes and heart disease. And then drinking sugary drinks nearly doubles the risk. So, naming some sugary beverages. Tea, soda, coffee. Coffee is a big one. Sure. If you go to like a coffee shop, most of the time by default, you're gonna have plenty of added sugar. Las follows, yeah. Juice. Sometimes we can be tricked by the juice. If we're looking for sports drinks, if we're looking for the 100 on juice, I've seen some juices that say 100% vitamin C. So for somebody that doesn't know, yes, it can have vitamin C, but it's not for that. So here's our sum for some sugary drinks. As you mentioned, sweet tea, sports drinks, sodas, vitamin added water, and energy drinks for sure. Yeah. What about sugar-free drinks in food? Sweet, definitely, because it's still sweet, right? So these either have sugar or things like the packet, the blue, yellow, pink, right? So these are the typical sugar substitutes. And then we have sugar alcohols. The most popular ones I can think of are erythritol and xylitol. So if you notice, they end with the OL. Alcohol. So when you look at an ingredient list, you can recognize those. So they do have a distinct flavor. So I don't know if you all can tell, but when something is sugar-free and sweet, it does have a different flavor than regular sugar, right? No, yeah, so it's not necessarily unhealthy, but no studies have shown that these are beneficial, really. And so for some people they get headaches, for some people they get stomachaches, for some people nothing happens. Right. So it's just important for you all to maybe pay a little bit more attention to how your body reacts when you consume. But yeah, again, to your body. So in California, 62% of adolescents drink 1 or more sodas per day. 41% of children drink 1 or more sodas per day. How are these children getting so? Right. Who are they watching? Parents, adolescents, right? If they didn't have it in the house, like I grew up, when my friends would come over, it was very boring because I would only have water. But because I didn't ever have soda or juice in the house as an adult, I do not like drinking soda. I do not like drinking sugary beverages because I never developed that habit. So definitely the children are watching and they're learning and they want to do what you're doing. So just keep that in mind. 24% of adults drink 1 or more sodas. So obviously the percentage went down. This could be for different for weight management or maybe for health treatments. So. Yeah, it's good to see that the percentage goes down a little. So each year, the average California adolescent consumes 39 pounds of sugar. 40 pounds of sugar. 40 pounds of sugar. If you're thinking about maybe like my daughter's 5 years old, that's like 75% of her weight into the sugary beverages. That's a lot of sugar just from drink. It counts. That's like a really heavy whatever. Adults who drink one or more sugar are 27% more likely to weight from the health. And strong evidence shows that children and adolescents consume more sugar in higher quantity. It's the same thing with adults and children, right? That's just the data that's been reviewed. Okay, now we're gonna go into a little bit of math, but first, very simple math, like I said. So, can you all guess how many teaspoons of sugar are in a 20 ounce bottle of soda? They have 13, 20, 20, 30, 14. Half of the bottle. All right, let me show you that. So 14 is just under men and son. So how many is it? What's the recommendation for women? Men? 1 soda. All right. So you all have the formula. Sorry, first, let's talk about the nutrition fact table. So this, like I mentioned earlier, this is how you can be sure how much added sugar is in the so this is usually the first thing that people look at when they're reading the calories. But there is something else that we need to look at in the nutrition fact that to understand really how many calories. Can you all tell me that information? Yes, the serving size. Where do we find that? So we're gonna find the serving size from the top, right under where it says nutrition facts. So in this case, the serving size is 1 bottle, which is 20 ounces. Just let's picture a sports drink, right? Ones that are kind of medium size. Those will have 2, 3, maybe even 4 servings per container. More than likely, you're gonna be, you know, look at the serving size, then you wouldn't know that you're actually consuming 3 or 4 times as many calories or sugar. So that's why it's important to look at this information first in food and in beverages, just so you have a better idea. And in most cases, like those sports drinks, it's not really a realistic serving size. So that's also something to consider. Like sometimes when you're eating some crackers and the serving size is 5 crackers, are you really gonna have 5 crackers? Probably not, I don't know, maybe. But just something to consider, again, to think about that. Okay, so now, what is the serving size listed on this nutrition fact label? 1 bottle. Can you start? Okay. So 12 ounces is the serving size. So how many servings per container are listed in this nutrition fact label? 1 bottle, 1 serving. So how much sugar is listed? Can you all see that? 55 grams per bottle. So we're gonna get that information. And then we're gonna convert that to the 14 very simple formula is with the grams of sugar, and we're going to divide that by 4. This is for any food. It's for food, beverage. You're always going to take the grams divided by 4. Yeah. So in this case, we took 55 grams of sugar. We divided that by 4, and that's what we ended up with. If we have 2 servings, then we would just go ahead and do 14 teaspoons times 2, and then we would have a 28 teaspoons of sugar. Does that make sense? So I just wanted to show you really very important information, especially now that we work oxidation. Yeah, so keep that in mind whenever you're at grams of sugar. Now you can calculate the teaspoons by dividing that by 4. Yeah, I really hope that you guys try it out. Give this prize. Okay. Like I said, you can do this with any nutrition packet. Now let's talk about the many different forms of sugar. If you turn your page around, there's the nutrition fact label, and under that, you have an ingredient list. This is very common. You see in blue all the different names for sugar. It's very common for things to have more than one sugar in it. I remember looking at the ingredient list for some gummy candy, and every single ingredient was a different sugar. So it's pretty scary how much sugar, how many different forms of sugar there are. So hopefully this form will help you identify the whole. There are two different types of sugars. We have naturally occurring sugar, we have added sugar. So naturally occurring sugars are found in fruits, which is fructose, and then milk, which is lactose. So if you look at a nutrition packet for milk, it's going to have sugar, which is the lactose. So unless you have that, like those lactose-free milk, for individuals that are lactose sensitive, lactose intolerant, then what they did was just grab that natural sugar. So getting from the milk itself. Any questions? Okay. So naturally occurring sugars are fructose, like in fruits, lactose, like in milk, maltose, which is typically found like in whole grain products, glucose, which is basically a carbohydrate, instead of things such as fiber, glucose, your body uses. And sucrose, which is basically the sweetener. Added sugar, add calories but no nutrients. They're called empty. Can you all name me some foods that have empty calories? Yeah, okay. Yeah, for sure. Coffee drink. Basically, any of the unhealthy foods, right? So these calories count. They do count, but they offer no nutrients, so empty calories, right? So added sugars are found mainly in processed. Here are some other names for added sugars. Have that on the form as well. One of the scariest ones is high fructose corn syrup. Be surprised. Even some whole grain bread will have high fructose corn syrup. So, just to be sure, when you're looking at an ingredient list, the rule of thumb is if it's in the first 3 ingredients, the product is more than likely to have a lot of. So the way the ingredient list is by max, right? So the most to the least. So if you say sugar in the first 3, even 5 ingredients, then I look for a product that has sugar nowhere on the list, or not at all. Okay, so what do we drink instead of sugary beverages? Water. So can you all give me any ideas of flavored waters? Maybe you all make some Strawberry? Okay. If you got some, yeah. Lemon. I like to put chunks of cantaloupe in my water. Because watermelon is my favorite, so it's kind of similar. The ones that I use a lot for my food demonstrations are like strawberry with kiwi, and then strawberry with watermelon, watermelon basil, grapefruit with rosemary, um, peaches and strawberry. So there's lots of things that we can do, right, to really mix it up and get some of those nutrients that we can get from the fruits and vegetables. Of course, we have unsweetened seltzer water, which is basically your sparkling water. Unsweetened tea, unsweetened coffee, and of course milk. So these are just to name a few. Luckily, with like a lot of people are being more health conscious these days. So you can see that in the products that are being sold, and it does depend on the store that you go to, but nowadays you're finding healthier alternatives. So that's a good thing. That's a really good thing for us. So it's now your responsibility to look at the ingredient list, if there's sugar alcohols, substitutes, if there is real sugar, how many teaspoons of the sugar are in there, how long is the ingredient list, how many words in the ingredient list do you recognize, how many not. I think they're all the things that we need to look out for in order to really choose a product that is healthy. It's a lot of work, but that's what we need to do. Okay? All right. So that is our nutrition presentation. Now we're going to get going with the preparation of the roasted corn, pepper, and Nopales Salsa. Either without seeds. We're gonna get to see if we want to keep the seeds or not. And let me pass it off. Please wash this. Yeah.
Ready to cry.
Yes. Yes. Sorry. Yeah, I mean, yes. I mean, take you back. Maybe weird. I'm gonna start moving around.
Okay, Vanessa, what are you up to?
You know, like cutting some peppers. Okay. I'm gonna do these two and then I'm gonna make rounds and start collecting everything that everybody's cut.
Okay, and we got the corn right there. And here's where everything's gonna go in that plate. Awesome. Okay. And there is the water. Right there. Okay, we're gonna make a round. So what do we got here? Some cilantro. Ready to get started chopping. Jalapeno. We got some lemons. Okay. Roasted peppers right there. The star of the event, the nopal. There you go. And we got the onions, the tomatoes. Jalapeno right there, fresh jalapeno, more jalapeno, and more jalapeno. That might be a spicy salsa. We got the totopos right there. Those in Zoom, where could they find this recipe for them? And you're gonna get, I think there's like 5 or 6 recipes that I can bring on this. So basically you can do that with anything. It's a really great resource for nutrition information. There's an Ask a Dietitian feature as well. So I highly recommend checking out the fresh.com. Thank you so much. Art exhibition that features the title of Milk and Honey. We are so far. Gotta start going around again. How are your guys' study skills? Good? First taste test. Not so strong. Same. Oh, sí, al último, ¿verdad? The cake, like, sí. Yeah. That's a G. Le falta el G. Just buy one. Just buy one and make it in the and just have it. Sí. Se va a quedar grabado todo. Está buena. Está rica el agua. A ver, Melissa. Con la cebolla. Guys ready to taste the salsa? Tómale una foto primero que la Carla, a ver. Primero. Antes. Todos regañados. Okay.
Obviously, you understand, right? Okay, thank you for joining. So, espero que les haya gustado. I hope you like this workshop. So, nos vemos pronto. Bye.